This is a segment where we take a look at a board game based on an IP, and I tell you if the IP and the mechanisms fit together and whether it's a game you should look at. Today we're looking at Marvel United. I'm going to give you a quick overview. I'm going to come back and tell you what I think.
Turn. Hulk has his 3 cards in his hand. He draws 1 at the beginning, so he always has 4 cards, and then he can play whatever he wants. So he might have something special, deal 1 damage to everything else in his location, discard all of the civilians, and then he can move. So you have these different icons. Heroic icons will let you either save a civilian, you get to take them off and put them here, or you can start fulfilling this. If you get 3 of this, you will fulfill this threat, it will go away, and then this will come over here. Now, if you ever to finish one of these, then this will come off, these will always slide down, and now the villain will react after 2 cards instead of 3. If you get the next one off, you can now start fighting the villain. So let's talk about that a little bit. So Captain America moved a little bit on his turn. Let's say Hulk's going to play this with his 2 wild cards. So he will get to activate the card before him, which is a move. So let's say he wants to move up here. And then he has 2 wild cards. He can do whatever he wants. He could put one of these out. He could save both of these civilians. So let's say he does that. If the card happened to be here, and you hadn't yet accomplished it, then you would put these civilians on it, hoping to fulfill that. If it was already fulfilled, it would just come off and nothing really would happen.
The mechanisms and the IP don't necessarily fit together perfectly. I think the game works for what it is, and matching up the icons is fine. This could have been anything. This could have been Vikings. This could have been policemen. This could have been anything. It didn't have to be Marvel superheroes. With that said, I think the mechanisms do work with the Marvel superhero universe. I like how the bad guys and the villains can be put in. Then you have the little henchmen like Crossbones running around. You've also got the different heroes that have different powers, and they can all do something a little bit different. And the distribution of the icons will mix things up with the heroes, and there's a lot more coming for this. So in that regard, I think the IP and the mechanisms work okay together. Middle of the road, I think they work, and the game is super fun. It's a family weight game. If you have little ones, 6 and above, who like Marvel, I can definitely play this with them and teach it with them. It's a cooperative game. They're all going to be playing together. This has been a huge hit in my family and one I highly, highly recommend.